This is the ETBU Coaches Show. I'm Kenneth Klein. Today we're joined by head tennis coach Jeff Bramlett. Coach, you had a couple of matches at home against Schreiner and Concordia. Why don't you recap that, starting off with the Schreiner series?
Oh boy, it was just a big day for both our men and women. The men came out and had several close doubles matches. Looking here at the score sheet, Highsmith and her lost 8-5 in a real close one, and we were real close to taking the 2-1 lead in the doubles. And unfortunately, fell behind 3-0. I was real proud of the guys because they kept fighting very, very hard in the singles matches. Cody Highsmith beat his hometown team 3-4 in his singles match. John Herr almost beat Torres in singles. Ended up losing 13-11 in his singles match. And Torres was undefeated this year for Schreiner. I think he won the only match for Schreiner this year versus Southwestern when they played Southwestern. So that would have been a big win for John. It just slipped out of his fingertips. He missed a put-away overhead that he normally missed there at the end of a match, and a passing shot that he just missed. And then Joseph Salinas won a big match for us there in the third set. So that was so we ended up having a respectable score, 2-7, but it was much closer than the score indicated. And then the girls actually got the sweep against Schreiner. So that ended up being their second straight sweep for them, and they were just dominant. It came up 3-0 in the doubles, and then just continued to just be very workmanlike in their singles matches.
Then on the Saturday, you took on Concordia, and another dominant sweep by the women's team, but a very big win for the men's side as well.
Yeah. I can't say enough about the women. I mean, they just kept up. That was their third sweep, and I think the closest match was 4-2 in singles, doubles 8-1, 8-3, 8-3, and then all the other singles matches 2-2, 1-2, 1-0. I think Kaylee Smith only lost two games all weekend in her singles, and maybe 3 games in total in her doubles matches. So the girls have just kept it going, but wow, the men's match was just incredible. I mean, every doubles match was just amazing. Probably even the 2 doubles match, you can tell by looking at the score. You look at some of the highlights. They had it online there. A lot of the highlight points with Cody and John. They won 8-1, but every game just went back and forth. Deuce had number 1 boys doubles. We were down 5-0 and came back and won that 8-6. Number 3 boys doubles, we were actually down a break and came back and won that 8-4. And that just set the tone for the singles, and we've just had so many close matches this year where we just fell behind 2-1, and it's just so hard to bounce back and win the singles matches when you don't have the momentum. But they kept it up in all the singles matches. Even Connor was very close at number 1 boys singles. He lost 3-4, but Cody kept it up. Cody had probably the best weekend of anybody. He won 3 out of his 4 matches this weekend. Won 4-3, and then Andrew Deutsch won 2-0. Probably the most dominant performance that we had this weekend. John Herr, he was up as a set 6-1 and 5-2. He finally held on and won 6-1, 7-5. And then Joseph Salinas, he's kept his super tiebreaker record intact. I think he's won either 3 or 4 of those super tiebreakers this year. Won another one. And then Rollin Houck, he closed the final match on the court this weekend, won 6-4, 7-6. So got our first W. We've been waiting so long to get that W on the men's side. We've lost so many close individual matches this year, but got the 8-1 win this weekend against a very, very strong Concordia team. So I can't say enough good things about our men's team this last weekend. So we're hoping that broke the drought for our men's team.
Now this week you have an interesting schedule. You're hosting a Thursday match against Centenary, but then you travel on the road to take on Belhaven in Jackson, Mississippi this week. And so a home and away this week. How do you get adjusted to that and with the momentum that you have going on?
Yeah, we just had a light practice yesterday because I knew we were tired after this weekend. We had some injuries. The weather was iffy yesterday, so And plus Coach Pappas is working them real hard in the weight room as well. So I knew we were going to get plenty of conditioning yesterday. So I'm trying to always be cognizant of their injuries, of their rest, their schoolwork, and that sort of thing. A lot of them have big tests coming up this week, and knowing that we're going to be on the road for our next several matches after we play Centenary, then we got to pack up. We got to travel to Jackson, and that's going to be a very, very tough match. They're one of the best teams in the conference. And when they were NAI, they were one of the best teams in NAI tennis, and they still have several players still left there that are their scholarship players. So that's going to be a hard match. And then we got to take it on the road on to South Carolina, which the kids are really excited about that. Going to be on the Hilton Head. It's beautiful there. All the tennis will just be right there within a couple miles of where we're staying, and got several good teams that we're playing there. I think one of them was an NCAA qualifier, so we got 3 matches out there. We're going to be doing a big community service project while we're there on the island. Going to be helping with the Special Olympics, and then going to turn around, head back. And I think one day off, get back to practice, and then that following Thursday we got a school out of Wisconsin, a day off, Mary Hardin Baylor, and then it doesn't get any easier. I think we got a doubleheader with Southwestern, Trinity, following weekend UT Tyler. It just goes on and on. So it's no rest for the weary, I guess is what I'm saying.
All right, Coach. Thanks for talking to us on the ETBU Sportsnet.
Oh, thank you.